Yes, we're now live.
Hello!
Hello, the peoples of the internet. This is the Party Tits. This is, what is this, show 7, show 8? Yeah, we've done loads. Let's have a round of applause, tits, for ourselves, because this is at least 10 more shows than we thought that we were going to do or be technologically capable of producing. So, well done. Well bloody done. So hello everyone. Yes, this is the Party Tits. This is our superheroes party. I'm Ben. I'm the host. I'm not. I've got a costume lined up. Don't worry. I'm not just dressed like I've come in from teaching children geography.
Teachers, the real superheroes.
Fucking true.
Well, so I did. I was out in town in Dunleary, and there was a shop selling nurses' smocks. You know, like actual ones. It's not like a sexy costume shop. And I was going to get one, and I did. I got one, and I was going to be like, "Hey, nurses, they're the real superhero." And then I put it on, and it was 28 sizes too small for me. So This is a bit of an improvisation last minute. But I'm Ben. Hello. With me, as always, my other two lovely, jobbly tits. It's I've got an introduction for Keego. Keego, you wouldn't trust him with your kids because they might end up liking him more.
That was going down a very dark alley
on the nose.
You brought us back to because it's not 9 o'clock. We can't talk like that. But yes,
and Ailish, she's more bearable than she comes across. So
Thanks, everybody.
Actually, a good laugh. So
most impressive.
I feel like that didn't have the hidden compliment in it that I had for Keego, so sorry about that. But with us, we're on a roll. We have another wonderful guest for this Party Tits show, and it is Gordon Rochford. He is just below me from hit podcast Those Conspiracy Guys. But whilst he's also trying to work out the real workings behind the world and government and that kind of stuff, you're also, hello Gordon, you're also a comedian, a stand-up comic as well, and
a reformed stand-up comic. Yeah, no, I don't do it anymore. I found other ways to I guess be more healthy in my life, lifestyle choices, both physically and psychologically, so I don't need I guess the metaphorical cutting of that stand-up comedy would bring to somebody's psyche. I don't need to self-harm anymore as a comedian.
You got sponsored. That's why you don't do comedy anymore. You got sponsored.
I mean,
but then being on this comedy podcast, this is a bit like, you know, dangling some booze in front of an alcoholic, really, then, isn't it? I mean, this is...
I mean, the lines are cut. They're on the mirror. Fuck it. Let's go.
Yeah, I heard, it's interesting you said reformed comedian there. I heard somebody being referred to as a comedian in remission the other day.
That's exactly what it feels like.
Like it's going to, like at any moment, it's just going to like rear its head again. And anyway, so yes, so this is so welcome, Gordon. Welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. And may I just say that I'm a big fan of the podcast, and I don't know what microphone you're using, but you have, I think, the definition of the podcast hug voice.
Well, I mean, this is where all the pages.
I'm gonna have to turn my camera off.
That was your
there
OnlyFans
for a
voice.
second.
Yeah, that was his OnlyFans voice.
Yeah, it's that's where all the Patreon money goes. You know, repatriating it back into the business, just getting the top gear, making it look at all the lights and shit. This is all fucking. We're lit by candlelight like Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah, and you are the only one who's professionally thought about what the viewers are seeing behind them. I mean, I've got like a leather couchette from the rented. Yeah, it's from the rented accommodation that was owned by an old woman. Ailish is just on her bed, and Keego. I mean, Keego.
This is Ailish's OnlyFans setup. It's the same camera, same microphone.
Absolutely. You know, I need to get the budget somehow. I need to like spread the money.
Just
It's
I'm
like
not talking about anything else.
like
Turn the
RTE,
microphone all the way
the
down
lights
and you
are
just see
too
her going.
bright. Yeah, the lights are too bright. It's like an RTE news bulletin. You don't know where to look.
Yeah. I mean, Keego, mate, you're not one to be going on about lights. I mean, your lamp exploded halfway through the last show, and so you did the rest of the last show in total darkness, which was fun.
Yeah, so far so good. When I show you what's underneath my wanking jacket, the lights in the whole of Bray may turn off. So prepare yourselves.
Okay, well, let's do that then. Let's this is our superheroes party. Let's go through. Ailish, what's your superhero costume that you have
That
there?
I made. So I made my own. I'm a learner superhero.
You're a learner.
Yeah, so I'm learning. I like the idea of someone like kind of fumbling around, kind of like not like the offspring of Incredibles 2, where they're still learning their powers. They have powers. I like the idea of someone going to school and like learning and just being shite and having no magical abilities at all. Made my own cape. I'm not going, but also looks like I'm going golfing. You know, I live in Chipper. And I made, I've got little pigtails because I just thought, how can I look less sexual? And I think I got it. So,
I will be able to raise you in a few minutes, so don't you worry.
like Simba and the Lion King, just like
the sexy bar will drop.
To put in pigtails to be less sexual.
Yeah. Why do they call them pigtails if it's two? Pigs only have one fucking tail, and if it's one ponytail, it's a pony.
It's not.
I don't understand.
I don't think pigtail is like a physical representation. I think it's more of an aural type of thing. Like
I know.
pull on both of them at the same time.
Handle down.
That's what it's called.
To Wikipedia.
Yes.
So that's my costume, boys and girls.
So that's your costume. So what your power is that you don't
Super
have a power, you're
observation.
just learning. But I mean, that's a great
super
power.
observational skills.
I mean, that's a great power. Your power is that you're a learner, so you just ask questions all the time. Hey guys, it's my first day. I need to where, and so you end up getting someone else to save the day for you. Because you're just I don't know. This is my first day here. I don't know what to do. Can you?
Yeah, exactly. Just like no reason for me to be there at all. It's just like, guys, I'm learning. I'm not like learning to drive a car. Like I'm not fully able to do this, but I'll be here to observe. And I'm super observational. That's my superpower.
Hey, listen,
like
what do we do? The kids that are in the burning building there, what do we do with that? Is that somebody's department? Can somebody look after the burning building kids?
Out of the way, everybody! It's standard operating procedures, girl. With her binder of truth.
Like, guys, I'm on an internship. It's my first day. I don't know what to do. What do I do? What do I do?
When you had a job in a shop during the summer when you're in school and someone asks you something, I'm here by myself today.
My boss is in tomorrow.
I worked in a phone shop for 5 years, and I said that right up until the last day. Fuck it. Just didn't want to do it. I just started. Sorry.
Can I pay by vouchers? No, you can't.
Just keep pressing the fire alarm button under the till just to get people out of the shop. You know what I mean?
So Keego, mate, I'm excited for this. Very excited. What's your costume?
This is going to go right or wrong. Okay. So first off, Neil O'Dwyer is in. He's in early to see what's under this gown. I'm going to give you a clue, right? Because we're in 2020, right? There's no such thing as genders anymore. Everyone is woke or awoken or awakening or whatever the word is. So I'm going to give you the first clue here. Okay.
Are you Wonder Woman?
Oh, are you AOC?
I am
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez supporting the Chinese Communist Party in American politics. Is this what it is?
That's
close.
We are actually. I'm wearing. Now, on a casual Friday, AOC
Close
did
to
wear
know
the
the
same
guard.
outfit that I'm about to show you. Now, I'm going to ruin a lot of people's fantasies, including my own here, because obviously my first love is Wonder Woman, Linda Carter, but we're in 2020 now, so that you can't call things by a gender anymore. You can't assume. So, I am Wonder Person, and let me just make sure my jabs are away here now. I'm not going to stand up because it's not right. Now, this is the belt. I'm not wearing any trousers. Do you want to see the top now? Hang on.
Yes, please.
Are you literally all mouth and no trousers right now?
So yeah. So everyone, the pay-per-view starts about now. So if you want to buy your tickets, so I have this top now. I needed a fucking shoehorn to get into this, right?
That's most
And
of the trousers that I own.
I'm trying to keep the nipples in, but that's there we are. Yeah, bray casual as we call it out here. Bray
Wow.
casual.
Is this your Ellen Page outfit or what's going on?
This is it. I'm supporting Elliot, and fair play to her in fairness, and I'm basically taking the piss out of a very serious matter here. But I feel naked running down the street now, so I'm gonna stay like this. It looks like I'm not wearing any top and a bandana, but I feel I'm doing this for the superheroes of the world.
I'm losing
I
it.
have my cock of truth, or it's a lasso as well. I don't know where it is, but here somewhere.
There's people ringing the Bray police station saying there's a gay communist running up and down Florence Road. What's going on?
Hang on. Oh, hang on. He has a cock of truth. Does that mean that when he's getting late, he like is mid-ride and he just goes, I just want to be friends?
Yeah, like this is not going well for you, is it? I can tell by your
Is that
sarcasm.
not any cock then? Probably.
Yeah.
No. The cock empowers the
The truth.
Top's falling off.
the becocked, the cock receivee, or the cock receiver. They, at the point of orgasm, they say a profound truth about themselves.
This is awful. Yeah. I feel like a drunk woman in a club. Like my top keeps falling down. It's like
You're every
looking
woman
for
at
a free-
Halloween.
Like I'm looking for a free drink or something. But like, geez, I look topless, which is the main thing.
You've got impressive muscles, man. I must say that the muscle definition of the old arms is the first time I've seen your naked body. Congratulations.
First time today, though. First time today. Let's be honest. There's 2 subscribers to my OnlyFans. I assume you're awkward Gordon 101.
That's
Is
me.
it?
Yes, that's me, man. The cock of truth has spoken.
It's just whenever I put it in my hand, it just tells the truth. So
Yeah.
awkward Gordon.
And not dissimilar to the lasso of truth, it only works after it's been used and it's all floppy. So that's when the most honesty comes out.
Yeah, this isn't working as well as I thought, lads. I have to readjust my cleavage here.
This
So,
is
My eyes are up
You're
here,
gonna
though.
get
You
kicked off
absolute
of-
pervert.
You'll get dinged on YouTube if there's any type of areola at all there.
Yeah, I don't know if surgery is the option there, Gordo. But Jesus.
Well, no, because I got my tit out 2 episodes ago.
Oh, you did?
You did, yeah.
That
yeah?
seemed I mean, because it was our toga party, and I had a bit of a cheeky nip slip. I mean, I say a nip slip,
He just
a
went, boom.
deliberate nip slip, and Facebook were absolutely fine with it. In fact, they gave me Employee of the Month.
Maybe it's
Number
just
skyrocketed.
my man boobs because they resemble breasts more so than yours. Maybe it's just like some kind of computer algorithm that's looking for tit-shaped things and
that's why we're the party tits. Yay.
A computer algorithm looking for tit-shaped things. I mean, that has got to be the best or worst Arthur C. Clarke short story.
Yeah, they took a teenage boy's brain like in RoboCop and they put it into the computer and he's just like frantically looking for tit-shaped things all around the internet.
Porn.
Some kind
And
of
the end-
sentient porn
And the
search.
ending is that he found God. That he found actual God. Well, okay, Gordon. Are you wearing a costume? Did you?
I mean, I didn't prepare a costume, but I can make one up right now. I'm the guy at the start of the movie before he gets the powers, and before, like, I'm the guy who's like, like the kind of the overweight, like medium attractive, almost invariably Jewish, kind of cuddly, lovable, and then he drinks the drink or he gets the lightning thing, and like in Shazam or whatever. And then later on in the movie, you get the whole kind of masculine, muscular structure, and proper head of hair, and all the kind of things that men aspire to in some weird way. So I'm the
Genius.
before of that.
Sorry, I'm just slightly distracted. Ailish is not on screen, but what it sounds like is an utter brewery being distributed. Like it was just sounding like 20 caps and 50 bottles just flying around. I don't know what little cocktail bar you have just below the camera.
Might as well face it, you're addicted to love. Tom Cruise is just in there with a suicidal Australian.
Oh, jeez.
Ailish and I are kind of on the same wavelength. I decided to go for I've got the shirt and tie on so that I could do this, and
There will be a-
I don't want to rip it because this is my only shirt. And then get rid of the glasses because Superman, and then the purest form of a superhero's costume, which is whatever a child does with its jumper to put it over its shoulders, and then run around in the playground. I am the amazing Ben Man. Is my superpower
Seamless
is
transformation.
My superpower is being the best me that I can be.
Oh. Guys, I'm learning so much here. I'm observing everything.
I'm getting flashbacks. I'm raging that I didn't get some of the doilies from Ailish's grandmother's couch. That's what from last time.
Oh yeah.
I just want to get the doilies and just like tie them around and just be. Or get a white towel. I'm not gonna do it now because it's like
you could be doily man. It's you're the guy that saves a tea party. Like I've nowhere to put my scone down.
We've run out of biscuits.
Exactly. Although having said that, now I do look like I'm just. It looks like that Ailish and I are two.
I'm gonna play golf. We're gonna go play golf.
Well, we're two moms. We're two moms off to the Pilates after we've dropped the kids at school.
Pretentious tennis couple.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh yes, we must remember we're having dinner with the Sandersons and then theatre on Friday.
I'm Protestant man. All my weekends are my own.
I have a way of coming into a room, being funny and bleak at exactly the same time. That's Protestant man.
Yeah.
Oh,
what are we drinking for superhero party? Ailish, what are we drinking?
Sure, what am I drink this every week. I fucking like if Malibu just wanted to sponsor me and not the show, I'd be delighted. So it's coconut rum and orange and mango juice, and it's just goes down so well. I've already finished the bottle and the liter of orange juice that I poured it with. My stomach isn't going to be well after this, but it's just so good. Who's next?
What would Malibu sponsoring the show? What would just booze sponsoring Ailish look like? Like, would you have to like you're at work and then it's like 11:30 a.m. You'd have to like get some Malibu out and be seen to be drinking it in the office. Like, is that
Instagram
what would that look
stories
like?
from her desk? That's what it is. Just like sneaky little naggins, and then like
Little shots.
Yeah, make up an Excel spreadsheet, and then all the cells kind of like droop as it goes towards the right hand side.
Well, the ad would be the different things that Alo puts the Malibu in. So it's like, it looks like a cup of tea. It's Malibu. I'm fucked. It's like, it looks like a ham sandwich. No, it's Malibu.
That's grounds for dismissal. No, I think you'll find it's grounds for being a laugh. Keego, what are you drinking?
Well, when you put yourself out there like I'm doing as we speak, my drink is nearly gone. Representing the Wicklow Wolf, which is my stripper name. I found I'm a fan of the cheeky fizzy lady drinks, as we know. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. The cheeky fizzy lady drinks, and this one has a cheeky hint of blueberry and lime and vodka in it. and it's gone now because I was a bit nervous getting my tits out in front of the party tits and Gordo. So,
Keego, I'm not gonna lie, it just looks like water. Sorry.
That's fine.
Sorry.
Your Honor, it was just water. I was running up and down the street and dressed like Wonder Person.
It was just...
Keego drinks like a woman in a daytime movie who's battling alcoholism. Just something they can't smell. The
it's like
can never find out.
Selling Sunset or one of these things, you know, where they're kind of they look like they're in a wind tunnel. It's like, oh Jesus, I feel really bad. Give us a drink, you know.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Gordon. I don't know what you've walked into, but like everyone is like on the hardened liquor tonight. I mean, it's.
I think I've watched a few of these on your YouTube channel, and it's not that rare, to be honest, Ben. I'm happy. Like, I don't know. This is like first impressions shit. You forget that you're on the internet.
It's true.
Yeah.
What are you partaking in, Gordon?
I myself haven't had a drink or a smoke or a drug in almost 10 years. It'll be 10 years on the 11th of January.
Congratulations.
Wow.
Without anything passing my lips of any kind of ill repute.
Who booked this cunt? I mean, who booked this guy?
Sorry,
we only want drunk tits here.
Every time
I bet you're a vegan as well, are you?
Yeah. Dude, you don't get this big being a vegan, son. Deep fried vegetables all around. Every time I start saying that, like, and I'm 10 years sober, so I hear that Sarah McLachlan, like, like it's fucking, you know, in the arms of an angel. Like, it's, oh, fuck. I start singing these songs.
Did you just channel Keego and Keego's like, no.
That's his trigger song.
I love that. That's his secret power. It's disappearing and then reappearing on the other side of the screen.
Awkward disappearances.
I am drinking an apple, lemon, and peach juice. Oh, and ginger. Ooh. Apple, lemon, peach, and ginger all together.
That sounds amazing.
I was with you up until the ginger. I can't have ginger. Ginger is it's a no-go area. It's a no-go area now. I know people who put it in tea.
Do you know
they put it.
It's very mild in this, and it just does that thing. You know that thing where you just need a little help on the push out. The ginger just kind of it softens. It facilitates it.
Wow.
You know, it's like when you're leaving the nightclub, and instead of leaving out through the normal doors, it's like for full of ease of evacuation, they open up the fire exit double doors. Splash of ginger inside in the apple juice. Fucking double doors, man.
I take it all back. I'm
gonna put up the L, and I've learned something.
I'm gonna ginger the shit out of every drink I have from now on.
It's good, man. Have you ever heard of figging? Just when we're on ginger, have you ever heard of figging?
A guy talked me into that once.
It's a sexual practice where people will take like a root of ginger, which is, you know, mostly in the kind of some weird shape with like different nodules and different, you know, kind of curly knob-like butt plug shaped things, and then you take the clove of ginger, I guess, and you take one of the nodules, and then you shave it down until it's like fully exposed.
No.
And then you just pop it in your bum for a little bit of kind of like a heightened sexual sensation.
Learning.
And it's like tingly in your bum. It's kind of like a natural version of like what poppers would be. It kind of loosens and moistens. And then it's very fun just to like pop it out at the end. Figging.
Oh, you think with a fig they would have done it like with a fig?
It would be a fig, but no, it's a clove of ginger popped in your bum, and away you go. So yeah, I'm drinking apple and ginger and peach and lemon juice. But if I was drinking alcohol, I guarantee you it'd be Buckfast. That was my drink of choice.
Oh, the national drink of Scotland. So
that's not a drink. That's
stuff here.
That's a way of getting the police around without using the phone. Like that's just a ridiculous thing.
Man.
That's not good. No.
That's good.
That is what would happen when I would drink Buckfast. I did anything to do with pegging, says D. No, it's a different thing. You can do it to yourself or a friend, and a boy or a girl can take and exactly. And Elaine,
Anyone with an asshole, don't
that-
discriminate.
and Ellen or an Ailish could.
And also, this is a belter as well. Is that how they get the figs into fig rolls?
Exactly.
That's the end of the show
Very
now.
good.
D has closed the show. That's it.
Okay.
Now I'm off to
D
get
is our
drunk.
special guest on the next episode.
Close it down.
But is that not
so
the second week in a row D has mentioned pegging? Did she not mention that last week?
Oh, I mean, everyone is filth that watches
Yeah,
this show.
terrible stuff.
I mean,
Terrible.
and you can tell that this is like show 7 or show 8. You know, you guys are on the hardened liquor, and our guest is on the laxatives. I mean, if this was a continuous party, this is like 3 a.m. and there's fucking nothing left except like whatever we find in the cupboard. Like,
I think Miss Dooley is she's one of those girls that really confuses fellas in nightclubs when she goes up to them at the bar and goes, "Hey, would you like a bit of D?" They're all like, surprise at the end. That's what happens.
My name's Deirdre.
Gordon, whenever you're in there buying ginger by the kilo, do they kind of look at you weirdly and go, "I bet he's one of those fellas
Figgers.
who figs himself."
You can fig yourself. You can fig a friend. You can fig each other. Figging. Just look it up. It's right there. There's D now.
I think Amazing Ben Man should just screen share a video of figging for the rest of the show, and we'll see if.
Let's not say we did. Let's not say we did. You know.
I mean, like, okay.
If I had a penny, yeah.
At the risk of this derailing any
don't put
further,
a penny up there for fuck's sake.
I
had a penny.
What is pegging? Because I don't know. We've had an explanation for figure. What is pegging? What is it? Yes, you at the back.
Watch porn. As a person who doesn't watch porn, pegging is when you have a strap on and you ride somebody else.
Right.
Be more specific. It's when a woman puts a strap on and fucks a man up the bum with it.
Right.
Yeah.
After he's had a clove of ginger.
Right.
I mean,
Because if it was a guy, there's already something in the way there.
That's the laziest man in the world.
He'd have two legs. Yeah.
The laziest man in the world is like, I would, but I'm just gonna strap on instead because I'm really tired tonight. But I still care about the feelings.
You don't know anyone's past or present. He could just be having a hard time or lack thereof.
I'll tell you,
Okay.
I'm going to give you a flashback here with this pen. Well, this is a bit thicker than the last one we were talking about, but
Yeah, I was about to say, we were talking about pens, Gordo. We're talking about sometimes you might
let me
unzip
guess. Is it cock fingering? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
What's
it is
cock
now.
fingering?
Let's-
What? How is this happening? What's cock fingering?
Do you know, you can in the urethra it goes in the top, but if you can do it with a pen in your I don't know.
No,
if
that's
the
not
correct
at
term
all.
is jab side.
Sorry, I was comparing girth to a big pen.
Oh.
And then you just have to look delighted. You have to be like, oh, well done.
Don't even touch the sides.
Exactly. When it's a big pen. And then, geez, we've derailed. Ben, what are you drinking?
What am I drinking?
Yeah.
I'm just drinking it in, is what I'm drinking. Well, I'm just drinking a rosé. I got a gift rosé, and I do like rosé because it tastes like success. I think, and the best kind of success, undeserved. So that's what I'm digging into. But it was because I was tempted to go as a superhero version of, you know, that person in films that will show up when a friend is going through some sort of turmoil. They'll show up with like 2 glasses and a bottle of wine and go, "Hey, do you want to talk about it?" Like that. I want it to be. I think that should be a superhero. That should be a superhero power. Just
It's like her power is, or his power is like super timing. I have a bottle of wine with me right here.
Yeah. Hey, cheer up. Mr. Rosé has got something to say. I mean, I haven't written it yet. I mean, obviously, that was the worst first draft anyone's ever. But so Rosé, and also because
Figging is his kryptonite. That's what it is. Ginger is his kryptonite. It's like, no, you can't. If you want to disable Rosé helping man, you just pop a little clove of ginger up, and he's like, "Oh no, I'm disabled."
Pop. Pop. I love the idea of pop, which is like there would be no. It's just a cheeky like that. There's no fight back. There's no fight back. There's no repercussions. It's just
Just pop it in.
Yeah, it's not.
You know, you fortress of solitude.
You can tell. My Funderland of the rear. You know, you can tell if someone has used ginger in the old-fashioned way or not. You know.
Funderland of the rear. I could just see like people hanging onto the railings, running away from the sides. There's like,
No
there's
one
like a
wants to be
gypsy
there,
standing on the small of your back going, "Careful, I know, lads. I know. Don't name that."
Yeah, half the
back
people
to the
who are
edge.
in there, half the people in there don't want to be there. It's just like Funderland, you know.
This is so D Dooley. I want some figgy pudding. I'll never think of that Christmas song again in the same way. No,
Neither will we.
no, we won't.
Within minutes, we've ruined Christmas. We've painted some awful mental images, and I'm fairly certain people are going to see my nipples before 9 o'clock, which is awful.
I like that. You know, like when people will go to costume parties, they'll be like, I'm going to dress as a sexy cat or a sexy vicar. Now, Wonder Woman is already sexy, but Keego, you've managed to make, I'm going to go as sexy Wonder Woman. You've managed to add the sexy to the front of an already sexy costume. So I take my man bun off here.
Take your trousers off there.
I had a Bridget Jones moment at a superhero, supervillain party. So I bought the Wonder Woman outfit and I had the hair all curled. My hair was long at the stage. And then I had white leather boots coming up to my knee, looked the part. Yeah, now I definitely got a lift into town. I did not walk into town. I definitely got a lift and made it to the party, walked upstairs to like Doyle's or something, the pub. And I look around and it's people in their jeans and their Saturday wear. And I'm like, am I at the wrong fucking party? So I go back, I put my coat back on and I go back out into the stairs and ring my mate going, yeah, I'm in the stairs. Can you come get me? She comes out to the stairs going, oh my God, you look great. And I was like, what the fuck are you meant to be? She's wearing a red dress. She's like, oh, I'm one of the Powerpuff Girls. And I was like, you're fucking not. You're not one of the Powerpuff Girls. And
you took a chance on looking like an Israeli wet thing.
Yeah, and it didn't work out for me. And then one girl had a pencil case saying "pow," and she goes, "This is my costume," and I was like, just die screaming, okay? Just die screaming. And I was wearing my coat the whole night. I never felt more embarrassed. So now I underdress since then.
What are you dressed as? A reluctant prostitute. just cover yourself up all night.
Yeah. With white leather boots coming up to me. I definitely look like a fucking prostitute.
Hey, I'm a prostitute, but I have hopes.
Prostitute.
I have hopes. But people I knew came up and they're like, oh, hi, I'm Sam, by the way. And I was like, yeah, I met you before. And he was just like, oh, fuck, I didn't know who it was.
Wow.
So, I felt so overdressed. Has anyone else overdressed for a costume party and had the same, I suppose, baptism of fire as I had? You did? What happened to you?
It's happening right now. I completely misread the situation.
Just stay away from Wonder Woman. Stay away.
Yeah.
It's too much effort.
I keep catching myself in the other screen over here, and it's just awful.
I think you look good. I don't think you've got anything. I mean, Wonder Woman, but there's also a kind of classy Egyptian pharaoh kind of look going on as well.
Could be the Alana, the girl from Tomorrow, with the headband thing with the transducer. Remember that?
Transducer.
No, remember that television show from the 80s?
A film I accidentally starred in as well. Sorry.
Alana, the girl from Tomorrow, she got sent back from the year 3000 to stop a guy from the year 2500 who went back to 1990 to steal all of the Earth's water because we've run out of water in 2500 and it's like gold. It's an Australian. You don't remember that TV show?
No. So there's a lot to Google. There's a lot to Google after tonight. Figging.
Alana, the girl from Tomorrow.
Alana, the girl from Tomorrow, and
it still sounds up, man. You can watch them all on YouTube. You can watch them all on YouTube.
You can't watch Fingering Willies on YouTube. That's
Sounds like a cancelled kids TV show.
Yeah.
the 80s were a different time, you know.
Yeah,
Rolf
it's what-
Harris and Jimmy Savile in
Zippy
Fingering
Bungle
Willies.
and Fingering Willies. Yeah.
It's what Dipsy did after the Teletubbies disbanded.
Disbanded. I love that. I love the idea
Oh.
that they had like a falling out and went their separate ways.
It's like Let It Be with the Beatles. It was just like one last studio session, to be honest.
Yeah. One last run around with a Hoover on top of a thing in LA.
Poe was sitting back in the drum kit smoking Silk Cut Super 100s, just like that.
Tinky Winky
I
has the
remember.
spoon with the lighter underneath it, just gone. I'm in this for the money now. This is it.
Yeah.
I wish Poe was smoking. You know the way you can smoke those hoops. My Poe's like, oh.
Oh, no. Didn't. No.
Lala
They had
Lala's dealing
kids.
eights of cocaine out of her handbag and shit like that. This is happening now.
They're watching Netflix on the TV or watching OnlyFans on the TV.
So this is completely left field talking about it here, but did you guys get Mr. Blobby?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you got
Noel's
Mr.
House
Blobby.
Party
Yeah,
is
on
Yeah, from Noel's House Party. Yeah,
top drawer viewing, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I
fantastic.
loved Noel's House Party.
Yeah.
Fucking
I
loved
fucking
it.
hated it.
I
I
loved it.
hated Mr. Blobby. Hated him.
Oh, because our version is Zig and Zag that you've been getting into, Ben. Like the
Yeah.
Den was our
Or the
version.
Morbeg.
Love the Den.
Yeah.
I love the
Anarchy
Den.
and Bananas, whereas Noel Edmonds was obviously off his tits on Ginger, and he was just running around the gap, slamming Ginger up his hoop.
So
He slammed so much ginger up his soup that he got cancer. Did you know that?
Oh,
Noel Edmonds had cancer.
that's
And then,
ruined
he,
my
and, then
previous
he,
comment.
and then he cured his own cancer with
yes.
an empty magic box that he tried to sell on the internet for people that had cancer.
Oh fuck!
Oh,
I
wow.
remember that. Yes, he
Did you
did. He
know
went
that shit?
absolutely bananas, didn't he?
Noel Edmonds was selling a small wooden box that had like magic powers inside that would cure your
Yeah.
cancer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's kind of off brand because you also have a game show TV show that has stuff to do with a box. So it's like, do you want to do you want to call the banker, or do you want to take what's in the box, or do you want to make a deal? Like, do you want, and then if you get the deal wrong, you die from cancer. Like, it's not.
Stakes are a bit
Yes.
higher, yeah.
He
Yeah,
did. He went off the rails a bit there, didn't he?
Oh man, went mental, and people were suing him and all because you're like, you're fucking trying to say that you can cure cancer from like an empty box full of magic, and he's like,
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was all about. He was all about the power of mental strength, mental thought could cure anything. You only have cancer because you think you have cancer. I think is something that he said.
He sounds like Google.
Christ.
Yeah, it's real. Like, there was some kind of BBC inquest as well into like what made up the gunge from Noel's House Party, and was it carcinogenic? Going back and checking through records of people who had got gunged all the way along, and was it the gunge that was giving it to him? Really weird story, Noel Edmonds, man.
Wow. So, but anyway,
Was he Mr. Blobby? Was he
No.
Mr.
So
Blobby?
was he Mr. Blob? Well, no. So Mr. Blob. Why did I get onto this? Oh, the
Tony Blackburn,
Teletubbies
I
thing.
thought.
The Teletubbies thing.
Yeah.
They were at the height of Mr. Blobby's success. They briefly opened a Mr. Blobby small kind of theme village somewhere in England, and it very soon went under. And there are now pictures all over the internet of this broken, burnt out little Mr. Blobby village, which is where a lot of illegal raves used to have. People would travel to it, this complete wreck of a childhood dream,
Like
and
Burning
have
Man.
these illegal raves and take drugs in like Mr. Blobby's like totally smashed up little mushroom house.
It was called Crinkly Bottom.
Crinkly bottom is where, yeah.
Look, how do we get a crinkly bottom, Gordon? Ginger.
They Mr. Blobby's eerie abandoned Crinkly Bottom theme park, and the main entrance is called Dunblobbin. That's how you get in. You have to go through the tunnel of Dunblobbin. That's how you get in.
Wow, that guy.
This
Has
looks like
anybody
there's so
been-
much heroin was done there in the 90s, man.
Has anybody been to Victor's Way in Wicklow?
No, what is it?
It's an Indian sculpture garden, and the first thing you have to walk through is a giant vagina tunnel.
Go on.
Oh, savage.
So Keego goes, go on. I was like, well, that was it. I'm afraid there's this like tunnel and it's a vagina and it's very easily one. And then inside there's like loads of these Indian sculptures. But when you were talking about the front door was done blobbing, I was just like, I have walked through an entrance that was a massive vagina sculpture. So
well, it could
way,
be some blobbing, you know.
I just
Loads of fellas just walking into walls beside it because they can't find it. They just keep walking. I can't get into this place.
I was just wondering, like,
There's a weird light bulb in there. I can't find it.
This is an actual place, like, so is it hidden in the side of like some undergrowth and you have to like pull the flaps back to get into it, or what kind of how is it?
Yeah, it's very tidy. So it's in the woods, so there's a lot of bush, and it's beside the Sugarloaf. And yeah, you give a donation to get in, and there's like loads of sculptures around it, sculptures about like rebirth and aging and death. But yeah, only one vagina.
Wow.
That's an arty version of a night out. You've got to give donations to get in through it, and all this sort of stuff. It's just like a night out.
It's if revenue show up. No, it's on a donations basis.
and right beside the entrance to the cave, then is the dumping area for the porta potties for the venue, is it?
Yeah, or the tiger cave from Aladdin of who disturbs my slumber.
A diamond in the rough. You're like, yeah.
We know what you're talking about, caveman. Yeah.
So to pass through.
Sorry, hello. Could you? I'm just drawing a diagram of that. Could you do that again for me, please?
No, it's a fish. You have to draw a fish.
Is that it? I don't know. Is that it?
Nobody knows, guys. Nobody knows. But you just have to like. You're looking at your watch.
Taking the tone of this show down, or
no?
Well, no. I have a big question. I have a big question about the vagina cave. Is it similar to every single club in town where there's a tree about 20 feet from the entrance where people stand lonely, waiting for closing time, and just asking people as they walk to the taxi rank, just going, "How are you?" No, and they just keep walking.
That's a real
based on my personal life.
Man.
That's the pulling post. No, okay, sorry.
That's a window. That's a window into life.
Ben, delete that, Ben. Will you please delete that?
God, I'm so glad we're not live,
Yeah. It could be live. Thank God it's not. You know what I mean?
Ailish, I've heard you say that on no less than 3 occasions on these shows. Right.
Saying I'm glad it's not live.
Yeah.
In the last 20 minutes. Like, when you said it's near the Sugarloaf, I did not know that was the name of an actual place, and I thought people were making fun of me because there's obviously Sugarloaf Mountain, and somebody said to me, "Oh no, I'm going up Sugarloaf Mountain," and I was like, "What are you doing?" I thought it was a euphemism. It's like, okay, don't tell me you're having sex on a Saturday. I don't want to know that. I don't like. Oh, Sugarloaf Mountain's a real place. It's okay. I see.
Ben, don't talk to me. Arthur's Seat, there's no fucking chairs up there, okay? You're walking up for a good hour and you want to sit down. You're hoping there's a cafe. Arthur's Seat, there's fuck all chairs. It's just a big seat.
Arthur's Seat still sounds like a thing. Sugarloaf Mountain sounds like, oh, I'm just going to get the goblin cart up the side. Like, it's... doesn't sound like a... Oh, no, Keego's away. Keego's away. There he is.
That's him flying around solving crime. That's what he's doing.
I mean, I also for ages didn't know that the Irish Parliament is called the Dáil. So I was watching the news, and I just went on, and they were talking about the Dáil is very angry today, and I was like, what fucking horror movie have I just tuned in that there's this almighty Dáil that's annoyed by how the Irish are living their lives?
Some kind of Irish eldritch horror figure or something just that creeps up from behind Leinster House like.
Yeah, it's like, and an Irish dancing virgin.
I'll give you a bottle of wine.
The Dáil's quoted today as saying, "You wouldn't like me when I'm angry."
Yeah.
Oh no! We've actually lost Keego. Oh no!
He's off fighting crime, no doubt.
Oh, God bless him. God bless him and his. Told you your costume has broken the internet. Yeah, you're very right. So, Neil, you get on the camera now. You're going to be the new Keego. You're stepping up to be the new guest.
I didn't want to say it in front of him, but his beard is magnificent.
It is. It's a good beard, isn't it?
He's a much better looking guy than he gives himself credit for. I'm just going to say that. He's like, oh shit, he's back. My boobs broke the internet. My boobs. Yeah, you did. Yes, they did.
Sorry, guys. I was about to slip into something a little less comfortable, and my internet turned off. So I'm just going to remain here, emotionally unstable in front of strangers. Hopefully, I didn't miss anything.
No, you didn't. First comment of the show from me, Hall Murphy, and it's a belter. He's got to find the vagina cave. Yes.
Fair comment. The main thing I've learned today, lads, is this is all you do.
You pop it in your bum.
Pop it in your bum.
How can you guys be sure now that you're not after starting a trend of people going to try to find a vagina cave where like it's like Harry Potter, you know, like platform 9 3/4 or something, and they're just going around, just going like that, and just rubbing like the cracks and stones all around Glendalough, hoping for it to open like some weird fucking never-ending story.
Yeah, okay, we know it's near the sugar loaf.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus! Yeah,
awkwardly talking to rock formations, going, "How are you doing? You here often? Are you like, what's the story like? You know, do you like beards?"
Just wet your hand and go fast. That's all. If you're approaching rocks in Wicklow, that's all you have to do.
Wet your hand and go fast.
Wait. No, wait.
We need to reverse
that. Has to go on.
That's
all
our
of your
posters.
For the week. That's your Edinburgh show for next year.
That's our t-shirt for the week. T-shirt for the week.
Yeah, that's the Perrier award-winning solo hour from Ailish McCarthy. Wet your hand and go fast.
Sounds like something that fella from the Wonderland of your arse would shout. You know, all right, now wet your hands if you want to go faster. Like,
oh my god, I can't breathe.
Oh,
wet your hand and go fast was just. That's.
Is that what you said to Pen Penis when you were just like, okay, you know what? Let's just get this over with. Wet your hand and go fast.
Put your pen away.
Mastermind rules are in effect. I've started, so I'll finish. Yeah.
What was this?
I was gonna.
The hell are you doing?
That's called
slapping. I don't know again.
And then you do it with the other side as well.
Yeah, so you're rubbing frost off a pane of glass, trying to look wistfully outside.
We're gonna find anyone going for a walk on Wicklow Mountain or Glendalough this weekend. People are wetting their hands and rubbing the stones and the trees fast. They're looking for this passage into Victor's Way. That's what they're looking for.
There you go. Now.
And it's like it's Victor's Way, but it's a vagina. No, but it's 2020. And, you know, you don't know anyone's past or present. You do you.
That's it. Jesus.
The only other time I ever heard of anyone doing that was in Clara Lara, and they shut that shit down for paedophilia. So.
Oh my god!
Is that
go faster?
Is that theme park that's run by a pedo? Is that
Clara Lara?
Yeah. My girlfriend and her sister went to that, and they constantly laughed throughout their childhood that he was definitely a pedo. So he wasn't hiding it, apparently. Well, I mean, nothing bad happened to them, but you know, like
there was legal proceedings and something happened.
Yeah, it was the 80s, Ben. You know, that sort of behavior was allowed in the 80s in Ireland, but unfortunately, he never talked to me, so I was obviously an ugly child.
Okay, just so you know, you guys, just to alleviate the worry of deformation, the Clara Lara Child Adventure Centre. That's what it was called, Clara Lara Child Adventure Centre. The owner got 6 months in jail for possession of child porn. So it's all legit commentary, just so nobody's
factual.
Like, you're accusing him of being a pedo. He was a child pornographer.
He was convicted.
While also running a child park. So
But in the 80s, you could do what the fuck you wanted. You could smoke, you could sit in the front of a car under the age of 12. You know, you didn't even need a booster seat. You just needed a fucking cushion. The 80s was the very
seatbelt. No seatbelt. How would you know, Alo? You weren't even that taught in the 80s. Your parents were living a free life of, you know, ginger parties and finding weird stone caves in the Wicklow Mountains.
Bottles and bottles of Blue Nun. That was in the McCarthy house.
Yeah.
Holidays in the Seychelles and bottles of Castle Tower.
Oh gosh.
love the idea of ginger parties being like, like this.
Ginger spice rocks up with loads of ginger. One for you, and you get a ginger, and you get a ginger.
Not just like, there's these conspiracy theories about like pedo rings. And then, like, somebody goes undercover into a pedo ring, and it's not nearly as bad as anyone thinks. It's just a lot of popping things into arses. And everyone's just like, you know what? It's kind of weird to watch, but I'm struggling to think, why is this bad? Like, that's...
I don't like the way pedometer and pedometer are spelled the exact same way. I don't like that.
How fast can you run away from a swimming instructor?
How fast can you run from a pedo?
Can we just rewind there? Like, did you just say when you go to a pedo party?
No,
it's not as bad as you would have thought.
Yeah, I was about to roll back to there.
No, a ginger party.
They were just shoving ginger up there. It was a challenging wank, but it wasn't a problem. Like,
it's weird. We all put on robes, and there was like a stone circle, and then the guy would be brought in. And somebody would pop some ginger in his arse, and he'd be like, "No, yes," and then that'd be then we'd all go to the bar.
Oh, stop!
I'm gonna have to watch this back to make sure that I didn't say pedo parties are not as bad as you think. I don't think
it was that
bad. There's
a
bit of a theme today, guys, and I wrote it down. There's a bit of a theme.
Wait,
pop it in your bum. So that's
I really regret telling you about figging now.
We've still got a couple of weeks till Christmas. I think the party tits should come up with like a novelty mid-90s pop Christmas single dance craze called "Pop It in Your Bum." That's we should try and make that happen, and it just be like pop it in your bum, pop it in your bum.
Oh, try and take over from the fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. That campaign.
Oh yeah.
When they did that to try and take over the Christmas #1 from Britain's Got Talent or whatever. We could do that.
Now,
you definitely have merch, lads.
In terms of lyrical content, Ben, we just need to spice it up a little bit. All right. So,
you're our front man, and you're our front man for doing it in that costume.
Look, I'm a couple of cheeky fizzy drinks in here, and I think it's a great idea. But I might have to just leave my job first, if that's all right, before they fire me.
Hey, you're going to be raking it in from this #1, mate. That's all.
No, you can't see the Wonder Woman pants I'm wearing. This is. I think we need to look at the wardrobe here, Ben. That's all I'm saying.
And the Wonder Woman pants are visible like her spaceship.
There's not a lot of room in here,
I just had to say, now you have, like, if you want to get your merch on, now you have two great pieces of merch. If you get somebody to design it, one is pop it in your bum, and the other one is wet your hand and go fast. Like, they are, if you want to get the merch out before Christmas, party tits, wet your hand and go fast. Like, these are we?
Yeah, we're actually working on that at the moment, Gordo. Like, it's something we're trying to figure out, and I believe the wet your hand to go faster is going to be
wet your hand and go faster.
Wet your hand and go faster.
Yeah. Okay, so we need to get the verbiage right, so we can do that in a post-show meeting, because we don't want to send out the wrong messages.
Giving people Nefa should be onto you for giving people illicit medical advice. I think I have the COVID. Just wet your hand and go faster.
And pop it in your bum.
Just take ginger once a day. One fig of ginger.
In my tea, is it? In my tea? No. Your Funderland of the South.
Yeah. Pop it in the tea, and then pop the tea up your bum. That's.
How do we get here? This is the point where I draw the line. It's like, oh, here's where Ailish draws the line. Here's where Ailish draws.
Yeah, I think we had plans for the evening, but I don't think we've actually found any of them. But there you go.
No, I think we all have plans later. That's it.
That was it. And then halfway through the song there'd be like a baritone voice, like pedo party. Yeah, pedo parties are not as bad as you think. Pedo parties not as bad as you think. Pop it up.
No.
So
you talking about a slow breakdown, like an Andrea Bocelli breakdown, like I'm too figure bomb. It just pops right in and goes up inside.
Inside your bum.
See, what a harmony, I love
Okay,
it.
we'll call that plan F.
See.
Yeah. I think an
F
opera, though.
for
I think
figure.
an opera is the way to go. Like, what should I do? Put it in your bum. He said, put it in his bum. Put
Or
it
like
in his bum.
Rent or something.
Yeah, and have like a chorus line around it. You know, I
I
think.
love it.
525,600 figs.
Oh wow!
Just
What a
take
night!
them
What a night!
all and pop them in your bum.
Wow.
Katie Theatre will do it. Forget your Christmas panto. We have it sorted.
Yeah.
We got this.
It's
And-
behind you.
Guess where this goes? Oh no, it isn't. Oh yes, it is.
Where's Al Porter when you need him?
God bless us all.
I'm a bit depressed
Well-
with the costume here.
We are draw. I mean, we haven't even done the crack hat. We haven't needed
Do it. Let's go.
any
Come on.
prompting. Oh, well, okay.
Extended version. Fuck it. Sorry.
Let's do it. Let's do
Let's
it.
do that about
Side B,
figging,
yeah.
man.
Let's do. Yeah, we can do
Podcast
another half an
killer.
hour. This is our internet. I mean, the dropping viewer numbers that I can see would suggest we probably shouldn't do another half an hour. But
I'm getting a bit cold, lads. So if it's all right, I'm going to put my masturbation jacket back on. Sorry. That's all
hey,
right.
you may.
Oh,
Well, listen. Do you want it? Shall we do longer, or shall we close it up? Let's put it out to the other tits. What would you
Well,
like to do?
what was in the crack hat? I'd be curious to know what was in the
let's
crack
have a
hat.
look. It's actually the numbers on the big screen are going up, so they want to know what's in the crack hat this week.
Then let's do the crack hat. Well, the first thing at the crack hat is just chatting about instances when we feel like we've been a hero or when we feel like we've been a villain. So, Ailish, let's go with you. Give us some instances of good and bad when you've been a superhero or a supervillain in your life.
I think it's like a supervillain was definitely when I went around to the Debs and stole everybody's bow tie only to make a necklace and put it on another girl so she would get the blame. So I think that was a bit villainous now. I was just like, oh, what a bitch. Oh, look, she stole it. Whereas like I very much orchestrated the whole thing and she was too drunk and was just like, yeah, it's fine. Being a superhero, I realized I'm kind of okay in emergencies. So I saw like a woman get knocked down by
I'm okay in emergencies.
yeah, you know the way some people like freak out and they're like, oh my god, blood. I surprisingly react well, but then afterwards I'm like, I need to sit down. So I saw a woman on a bike and a Jeep opened their door, took her out. She fell on the ground. She didn't move. And I just I was out for a run and I just ran over to her and I was like, you get the bike off, you come over now. And like, poor thing had blood all over her face. We rolled her over. They're like, you're not meant to move her because what if her neck is fucked? And I was like, good point.
And that's why you're only okay in these situations.
Yeah,
that was just a story to show that you went for a run. That's terrible.
Yeah. No, but I said, someone find out her name. We got ID, and I was like, her name was Neve, and I was like, Neve, wake up, and she, like Neve, and then she just like woke up from her concussion, and she had blood all over her face, and I was like, Neve, you've had a bit of a fall. I would stay down. There's an ambulance on the way, and I was like, I'm Ailish, just trying to make it as normal as possible. And it scared the absolute fucking bejesus out of me. Or another time I saw someone with a missing finger. That was a lot of fun.
Wow. Your hand up again there.
Yeah, I thought that was an actual missing finger.
Are you missing a finger?
That's the best I've ever seen that trick done. Do it again.
My granddad genuinely had the 9th digit missing, and he would do that all the time.
And then he'd straighten out his hand and you'd be like,
nah, he genuinely, medicine wasn't the same in the 1930s Ireland. He lost it in a tractor. But yes, someone came in with a missing finger, and I was like, okay. It was my last day working in a doctor's. I was reception. I was like, I'm just gonna ring in the ambulance. And they were like, "Oh, is the finger still attached?" Because they had like a little questionnaire, and I was like, "No, it's definitely not." And it was like a deflated balloon, and she was like, "No, it's still there." And I was just like,
they sent you a questionnaire to fill in while the guy's bleeding to death in the waiting room. It's like, is it still attached? Do you have a clove of ginger? How do you close the throat?
So those are two superhero moments that I had, but like at the very end, I was just like, "Oh my god, I'm so affected by this, and I don't want to talk to anybody, and I just want my bed." So yeah, there you go. There's a story.
Wow. Gordon, what? Tell us about helping other people and hating other people. Essentially, that's what this question is. It's.
I mean, there's so many stories of helping and hating. One story where I felt myself like some kind of superhuman was when I was sitting on the Lewis, and we were pulling.
Thank God you said the "is" at the end of that.
Yeah, sitting on the loo.
Sitting on the loo, and I'd had my ginger, and
stuff was just flying out. No, sitting on the Lewis, which is like the inner city tram in Dublin City for the internationals, and I was sitting on, and I was on my phone. And I was like that. And I just got on, sat down at Jervis, which is a notoriously knackerish part of town. And just, flying through my phone. And two little motherfuckers, little tracksuit wearers, walking by the door. And I was on my way. I had just met the love of my life, Claire. I had just met her. We were on our third date, something like that. And I was going to her friend's house and we were all making dinner. And I had the makings of an Eton mess, which is, strawberries, raspberries, some clotted cream, meringue in a bag. And I hadn't got her number memorized. I just met a couple of weeks before. And the phone got yanked out of my hand. And I thought, I'm not going to get me dinner now. I'm not going to be able to go and meet me bird because I don't have her number and I might not get her number back. And also, my phone was unlocked and there could be some shit on it and somebody get into them all. I have to change my password. All of this was just flying through my head like super fast, And I'm not that athletic. I'm not an athletic man. I wouldn't be. People wouldn't look at me and go, "I bet you he's swift." Lithe. I leapt up off the seat. I used the bar in the Lewis as a kind of a fulcrum. Like, do you know in Armageddon or in Apollo 13 when they're flying the spaceship out and they have to fly at the far side of the moon to do this like catapult move to get them back to Earth? I did that with the heft of my body on the pole in the Lewis, leaned off it, and as I was walking by, I gently laid the bag of meringue down beside the fence, and I ran up the Lewis track after this little motherfucker, right? And I usually don't run. It was beyond. I was on it. When you're running down a hill and you feel like you're going too fast to be able to stop or to keep going. I felt like that, but I was on flat ground, right? And I was running after this kid. I was just leaning forwards at a 45-degree angle, just letting my heft like carry me forward. I ended up bumping into one of them, giving him an old shoulder. He left the ground. All of him left the ground. Right? And I ran down Liffey Street, and I caught him just outside of the Lots pub. And the other lad had ran off with the phone. And I caught this young fella. And I was like, there's a moment in me where I was like, okay, I could just take it all out on this motherfucker and just pound the fucking head off him, right? But when I caught him, he was like 14. He was very much shitting himself because I was a grown-ass man. And he was like, what are you going to do? Like he was expecting to get the shit kicked out of him, right? And I was like, ring your mate, time to bring back the phone or I'm calling the guards. He's like, no, not doing it. It's like, ring your mate. Rang him. He's already gone home. Okay, what are we going to do then? Because I'm not going to let you go till I get my phone back. He's like, well, I'm ringing me ma. And he rang his ma and then said, there's a fella out to catch me because we robbed his phone and he won't let me go. Hang on. And he passed me the phone. So I'm talking to this robber's mother on the phone. you let him go now, you pedo. I was like, hold on a second. Him and his mate robbed my phone. And I'm not kicking the shit out of him, as is my right, as a robbie.
You should have ran with that phone, yeah.
Right? I should have fucking, clever. And then his brother got on, where are you? I'm going to kick the shit out of you. Come down here, I'm outside the fucking Lots pub, come down. Like, I'll wait for you. We'll have a spar match. Mark's Queensbury, right? Nobody showed up. And I started going to this kid, like, what's your fucking name? Are you in school? Started asking him all these questions. And then I was like, I could hit him a few slaps. Here's the hero moment. I could hit him a few slaps. And it's not dissimilar to probably anybody in his life is after getting a few good digs. It doesn't mean nothing after a while. It's just expected. You're not making an impact. It's just like a perpetuation of violence. I said to him, that fella that robbed that phone, did you know he was going to do that? And he's like, no, he just does stuff like that. And then he just says, run, and we have to run. And I'm like, he's getting you in trouble, man. You're the one that's standing here. Like, who made that decision for you to stand here? Like, if I was a different lad, I could be beating the fucking shit out of you right now. And he'd be off, like, pulling his pudding at home with a brand new phone. And you're getting the shit kicked out of you. How often has he done that? How often has he got you in trouble? Loads of times. Yeah, he's getting you in trouble loads of times from his fucking deviant behaviour. What kind of a friend is he? He's not a friend. Oh, yeah. And I just
You hit him with a bit of truth.
Psychologically and emotionally just chipped away at the closest relationships in his life. And I'm like, your brother, like, he threatened violence on me. Like, does he hit you? You know, yeah. So that's why I'm not hitting you, man. You're never going to learn from that. I'm just like ebbing away, like you know, like the limestone rock of his fucking emotional connection. Just going, man, you gotta be better, man. I said, I could call the guards right now and they'd come down and you'd be up in St. Pat's in the fucking Youth Remand Centre or whatever, right? And he's like, yeah. I was like, have you ever been up there? No. So if you get up there, man, they'll fuck you up the arse. Like, what?
With a ginger.
If you get in there, they'll fuck you up the arse. And not because they're gay. They just do it to see the fucking look on your face. And he's like, what? And I left him with that. And I was like, come here. Fuck the phone. I'm after eroding your interpersonal relationships. And to me, I think that was a hero moment. I never saw the young lad again. He was around the town the whole time. I recognized him. I worked in the Ailish Centre. So I saw him quite a bit. Never saw him on the town again. And I pray and I hope that he ended up making better decisions. But that was as close, like, to me being physically super fit and then acting like a hero when I finally caught him instead of like Superman punch.
I love the threat of I could call the guards. What was robbed? Your phone. How could you call the guards? You're like, mate, I could rob the guard. I could ring the guards right now. I could fucking call them.
I don't think this happened at all. I think you couldn't be fucked going to meet Claire, so you spun her this absolute tale and a half just so you didn't get the shit for not turning up for a date.
Keep telling it on guest spots on podcasts just to kind of to have a body of evidence to go back. Do you know what I actually had to do? I actually had to go all the way back to my home in East Wall and log into Facebook on my laptop and then messenger on Facebook to get her phone number. And then I had to get a spare phone I had in the gaff and then go because I didn't know where the fucking house was. And the eating mess was still there. Nobody touched it. We still had that for dessert. It was delightful.
I feel inadequate. I feel inadequate from that story. I feel inadequate from Ailish's helping someone.
Little things, man.
I've never done anything fucking exciting or helping another human being in my life. I feel less of a human. Oh well.
No, you're not getting any of it that easy. Have you been villainous then?
You need to start drinking more Buckfast, man.
Yeah.
Have I been villainous?
Adventure finds you.
What did I do?
I love that. That has to be on a t-shirt. Adventure finds you. That has to be on like a shot glass or something. I like that.
Adventure finds you, mate.
And then it'll fuck you up the arse just to see the look on your face.
Yeah.
Keego, when have you been, apart from every day of your bloody life, mate, when have you been a superhero and when have you been a supervillain?
How do you fucking follow that? Like,
yeah.
Thanks for letting me go first. Thanks.
I legit thought I had the story, and then Gordo goes, right, look at this. I was actually a good person. And my story is not as heroic. But I think the main thing to take from this is if you are nice to people, you get free stuff. So that's the thing to take, right? You put out good into the world, people give you free stuff. So what happened was I used to live in Dalkey, right? And there's a blind corner as you're going towards where I used to live. And I was walking to the pub and I heard a crash, like absolute big noise and people screaming. And I walk around the corner looking forward to my pint of Guinness. And there's a crashed car with a lady crumpled over in the front seat. I'm like, I wasn't calm like Alo. I wasn't a hero like Gordon, I was, what the fuck's happening here? How do I get around this to the bar? Well, I went around and looked at the poor lady who was crumpled over, fixed her up, and said, "Listen, don't move. I'm calling the ambo, but who do I need to call?" So I called her whole entire family, and she was like, "Who do I call?" And she goes, "Well, I've got 5 kids." And I was like, "Right, who's your favorite?" Because I can't call all of us. I'm calling the ambulance.
This isn't
right?
WhatsApp, okay?
Exactly. I was like, I've only got so much credit here, and I don't know you, so let's just see. So I first of all called the ambo because they're professionals, and I didn't call Ailish because I didn't know her at that time. But I did have ginger in my pocket. No, I sat her up.
Fuck up.
I was like, "Listen, you sit up, or this is no." But I was like, "Are you okay?" She's, "Oh, I fainted." I said, "It appears that way. You folded your Ford Escort around a telephone pole." And so her first daughter arrives, who I think is her favorite because she didn't make me call anyone else. She had 5 of them. One of them showed up. Anyway, she's okay, right? That's the main thing. She's fine. But the daughter worked in an Italian restaurant in Dalkey Village. And so she goes, "Right, thanks for helping her. Here's my number. If you're ever looking for Italian food," which I assumed was code, but I just wanted carbonara. She said, "Give me a call," like the heroic types with beards, but I was just after pasta. And so then when I would call her saying, "How are you? Could we get some carbonara, please?" She'd be really disappointed. But the upshot was I got about 18 months of free Italian food for just being nice to an old lady who crashed her car. So
I
look,
love like that. She must have been the restaurant owner, like, okay, my mom just got like crushed by a car. How do I turn this into a marketing strategy? Hey, we have a restaurant, if you want free food, come down anytime. And obviously you tell your mates. Like,
no, absolutely.
the hustle.
I think she knew that one day I would be dressed as Wonder Woman on a podcast, and I would tell this story, and everyone would go to Benito's and Dalkey. But
How
no,
many Ford Escort said she crashed to do that
Yeah,
marketing
exactly.
strategy? That was the thing.
She'd keep the whole estate away crashing into feckin' telephone poles. You know what I mean? The things people do for attention.
The Ford Escorts.
Wow.
Ford
Oh my
Escorts,
God.
the thinking man's business card. That's what it is.
But it was like that weird Cronenberg film, the one, it's called Crash, where people love crashing cars to the point where they love crashing cars. I think it was like a weird kink she had, as well as a heart defect. But she's fine now.
You say that like you're her pen pal. You guys kept in touch over the years. She's fine now.
I moved out of the borough, so they don't give me free Italian food anymore. So they're dead to me.
Mm.
Wait, that's a bad turn of phrase, isn't it? We should have ended the show 20 minutes ago.
I mean, that's great. I genuinely feel bad now, having heard the third story, and nothing springs to mind as like a definitive heroic moment in my life. Like, that's surely a life lived badly. Hey, have you done anything great? No. I mean, I worked in a shop once, and an old lady was buying something, and she farted and looked embarrassed, but I didn't make a comment on it, and she seemed thankful. And like, that's the good deed that I did. I didn't go,
if you had
"You smelly old
claimed it
woman."
for yourself,
Exactly.
Said, pardon me.
See,
that's the next level for hero. Yeah.
Well, like, not all heroes wear capes. So one time I was in a line for like in a supermarket, and this woman old lady was ahead of me, and her card got declined, and I was just like, "That's someone's mom, and this is a lot of food." So I helped her put it back on the shelves because I'm fine.
That's the winner.
Okay, that's a big joke, guys. I think that's the punchline that ends the show. I think
that's our first joke of the entire series. Well done, Ailish.
It was, wasn't it? That felt good. An actual well-written gag being on the show.
You're such a pro.
We're all pros.
You leave my personal life. Leave my personal life off the show, please.
I keep forgetting when I come on to shows like this that all you guys have like regular jobs that you have to like keep up appearances for and shit. I'm just like a podcaster, as you say, with like figging and all this mad shit, and then you guys are like, yeah. I hope no one from fucking work is watching this shit. Like, it's so funny.
Well, thankfully, I've just started working at the National Figging Association of Ireland,
Yeah.
and if anything, they love the PR. So this has been technically overtime for me.
Can I tell you one story, guys, before we go? I know we're late, but someone at work asked me what my hobbies are, and I told them about our show, and they tuned in last week, right? And it was brought up in a meeting that I can't remember what we were talking about last week, but there was I can't remember what it was, but it was brought up in a meeting, and Zoom calls are awkward in work situations anyway because no one's wearing any trousers, and we all know that. But everyone went quiet and looked at my little cube, my little square on the screen, and they were like, what is this? And so I told them, and now I'm kind of regretting that massively, that my entire work team is probably tuned in right now while I'm dressed as Wonder Woman. So so Gordo, if you're hiring tomorrow, I might I'll put in an application if you pardon the pun.
Hey man, when the money starts rolling in from the international smash success, which is pop it in your bum, you are going to drive by your work in a limo and just shake up the champagne and blast it out the window. I mean,
flinging that bum money out the window.
Wow.
Wow. And with that, I think we'll draw the party to superheroes party to a close.
My brain wanted to say when he's driving past work, it's just like, yeah, just wet your car and drive fast. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
There's so much potential in that, man. Wet your hand and go faster.
Gordon, thank you very, very much for being our guest.
It's a pleasure. Jesus, man, this is free ball, isn't it?
We had a ball, yes.
Where can we make contact? Obviously, you're the host of the incredible podcast, Those Conspiracy Guys. Where can we get in contact or make connections with the podcast or with you as an individual? Social media?
@T Conspiracy Guys on Twitter, but fuck Twitter because they keep on kicking people off. I have all these things where the normal people are, and then I say it, and then people go on and go, you've been banned for 2 months for saying something about fucking fluoride in the water, and I'm like, thoseconspiracyguys.com is the website. We're on all the podcasts apps and Spotify and all that stuff. I just did my 2020 rewind there for Spotify, and I think my chart height for the podcast was number 34 in the United States.
Well done.
Ooh.
Wow.
At some point this year, which is pretty, thank you very much, not too bad. And that's out of like 900 and something thousand podcasts in the whole world. So I think if you hit the top of the US charts, it's kind of the peak of the peak. So
yeah, I mean 900. I mean that's us. We're that one. We're the one right at the end. So
yeah, man. This is you've a long way to go, but like this is going to give you the bump. I'm going to share this.
This
we
is
just passed 35 million career downloads as well in the last month or two, and
wow.
Yeah, man, we're back with season 8 now, and I just got over 3 weeks of the coronavirus. So,
oh shit! Did you have it? Did you?
Yeah, but I didn't. I was stuck to the fucking bed, and not in a good way, and just wasn't able to do anything. Man, the fever. I had one of those, those eye masks, that you put in the freezer.
Yeah,
I had just one of them on my head, like looking like fucking Dr. Emmett Brown or some weird shit. It was brutal. So I couldn't make any shows. I couldn't do anything. But season 8 is out at the moment. Ailish joined me on an episode as well, which will be releasing in the next couple of weeks. So hopefully your party tits numbers are going to fly up. They call it, when you go on Rogan, it gives you the Rogan bump. That you get like a couple of 100,000. Those Conspiracy Guys bump is a little bit smaller. It's a couple of hundred, but people are inquisitive. They're looking for stuff, and so Those Conspiracy Guys, anywhere you go, I try not to make it like an individual thing or for Gordon Rochford or whatever. But
sure.
And it's all about conspiracy theories, true crime, aliens, fucking secret weird shit, ancient societies. It's a history podcast with comedy mixed into conspiracy, and it's all kind of it's not tinfoil hat shit. It's not like shenanigans and Alex Jones banging on about interdimensional pedophile lizards or anything like that. It's
sure.
It's more of an analysis of history and the stuff that we know to be true. So it's good crack.
that sorry, roundabout way of saying that I love the show. I love your show first and foremost. Let's get that out of the way. I love the show Ghost Adventures, and just as you were talking about aliens and ghosts and things, something on the back of like one of the shelves at the back, a light just came on, and I was like,
"Oh yeah, that one."
Ghosts did it. I love ghosts.
I did that with my mind.
Love it. Well, yeah.
Thanks
Listen,
for having me
Gordon,
on, you guys.
no worries. You have.
Thanks for coming
I mean, I think we're going to have another show next week. Then we'll have our Christmassy break, and then we'll be back. And we would love you to be back as a guest if you'd like to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we'll obviously have to work out. We'll have the legal episode where we work out who wrote what bit of "Pop It in Your Bum." So we can divvy up the royalties.
I'm doing okay. You guys can have that between the three of you.
Thank you. Very charitable of you.
I wrote it down, so it's
Pop it in
mine.
your bum.
I wrote it down.
Pop it in your bum. Pop, pop.
I also wrote "wet your hand," but I forgot the rest of it. I forgot the doing word in that sentence, so we'll have to come back to that.
So we have another show. We got another show going on next show. So we don't have a theme for it yet, but we do have a guest. It is Sinead Walsh. Sinead Walsh was supposed to be our guest a couple of weeks ago, and then an emergency stopped her from doing so. But we have her back. She's going to be our guest next time. After that, there is the possibility that we might be doing a live Party Tits Christmas show.
Party Tits.
We know what that means.
Live show.
Let me just warm my hand.
Oh, that's so nice, bro.
I'm considerate.
Did not know that it was going to lead to this.
Are you talking about Party Tits in a real room, like with real people?
Yeah, we have actually. I've met Ailish a couple of times. Keego and I have only met in person once. So this is. I mean, I would consider you a friend. I hope you consider me back a friend. But it's bizarre. Like, what if we meet each other again and we're like, how you doing? How you doing?
The big question is, Ben,
this is weird. I can see your legs.
Do I have to wear this outfit to be recognizable? That's the worry.
It's the toga. It's the toga. You need to wear the toga now. That's
at this point you look like the cousin of Sheamus from WWE right now.
Yeah, an old friend of mine, Big Shamo. Yeah. No, it's I'm starting to feel really, really uncomfortable as opposed to just regularly uncomfortable now. So I salute the ladies of the world because my baps want to escape from this minuscule costume. But no, absolutely. We want to take this live, so hopefully everyone will be interested in popping along and kind of seeing this in 3D and seeing how it goes. But we'll keep everyone updated.
We'll keep posted. Yeah, like us on Facebook. That's where to get the information.
Like us. We see all the people following. We see all the people watching. Just fucking press the like button. We know you're there.
You know what? Messaging me saying you really enjoyed the show means shit. Okay. Stay silent. Give us a like, and then let us constantly pump crap into your news feeds. Watch the show. That was the wrong way to end this.
It's quality crap.
Yeah.
That's a real hardcore pitch, you guys.
I know our marketing team needs to do better.
I can see us kicking down the door at RT and go, we have a show for you. It's quality crap. We've got a theme tune. Keego, hit it.
Put it in your bum. Put it in your bum. My eyes are up here. You're filthy pervert.
All right. Ladies, gentlemen, everybody, thank you very much. I've been Ben.
And we've all been the tits. We've all been amazing.
And that's been, I was waiting to everyone say cheerio themselves, but apparently that's too difficult. That's been Ailish. That's been Keego, a very special guest, Gordon. You've been wonderful. Thank you very much for being part of this, guys. Take care.
Bye, tits.